these shots, as we said, you want to try to almost initiate impact before the club is swung. So we look at these two setups now when you get yourself set on the left-hand side. The one on the left-hand side's probably got a wider stance. Your weight's probably slightly more tilted behind the golf. So to make contact with this golf ball now, reasonably with a good strike, you've got to move left.
Yeah.
If you stay behind it or stay on your sort of 50-50, your club will often bottom out a little bit early. That's hitting the mat or then thinning the golf ball on the grass. So therefore you kind of got to move yourself to the left, and in the actual act of doing that, when you come back to the golf ball, you move left, get a good strike, but then the movement left encourages too much power. The ball's going 70, 80 yards or whatever, or 60, 70 yards, it's going too far. So if we can initiate a pre-set up position, so your weight now is sort of favouring more down the left side. Okay, so you want your chest to be at sort of on top of the golf ball there, and just stay there. So when you finish the swing now, you're going to get your club to bottom out at the golf ball without having the need to move to the left to get that good strike. You start in a sort of good strike position. Your backswing now can sort of say there's a lot less movement there now. Good strike as we can see, and you can rotate through a little bit softer now with the lower half, control where that club goes. And really for 50 yards, your club doesn't need to go above your chest really. That's absolutely fine. When it starts getting up here somewhere, that's because that's moved too far, because that's moved too far, because that's moved too far, because you're trying to move to your left to get a good strike. And then if you start getting a good strike and moving to the left, creating power, you then got to start kind of slow the swing down. Well, now your sink is all over the place, because you're swinging at one speed that's different to what your body's kind of used to. Your body's there going, I'm here now, I'm the club's back here, so then you dump the ground behind the ball, or a variety of bad shots. Okay, so try and control the speed more with your top half. Your lower half is going to sort of come along for the right, or just sort of basically roll on the ankles more than anything else. There's going to be movement there, but minimal movement. To be fair, it will just encourage you to not sort of twist through with so much speed. Whereas this one has obviously a lot of speed through the ball being created. Basically, the swing's too long and too powerful. As you said, same with the long game. If you're too long and active with the long game with the lower half, yes, it goes a long way, but control-wise, direction's all over the place. If your lower half works too much on short game, it's more distance controls all over the place. Okay, you try at the ball. You're not going to be slicing it 50 yards offline with this club, are you? It's not going to happen. Okay, but you might be 30 yards too long, or duff it 20, 30 yards short. From this position in now, if you play the next game of golf, you play it. Okay, right from 50, anything from 50 to 100 yards, you hit the green every time. Which sounds simple when you think about it. Hitting a wedge on the green from 50, easy peasy. But every time you play golf, hit the green with this club, you'll probably score pretty good. Because if you get yourself to the fairway somewhere, this will be a second shot on a short par 4, a third shot on a par 5, or a third shot on a longest par 4 on the green. Anywhere within 20-25 foot of most greens, you two-putt. You're making bogeys and pars and whatever every hole. Rather than missing the green from here, going to bunker, duff the chip out, chip on, 3-putt, make a 7 or 8 or whatever. So although it seems an easy shot, it's actually a very important shot to play if you can get used to hitting the green. And again, experiment a little bit with different clubs. So you start controlling the length of the club and the speed of the club to change trajectories, change distances, so you can play different shots in the back. If you can hit a 4-iron 100 yards, or a 7-iron 50 yards, or a wedge, whatever, you can then control your club all the time. If you're relying on everything being 100%, that's fine when the game is 100% of the time. But then on the golf course, sometimes you might get in between clubs, have different shots to want to play. You can't rely on every single shot having to be 100%. There's no game of golf ever in the history of golf where every shot was a full this, full that, or full anything else. There's going to be some area where you're going to play a shorter shot, or reduce the trajectory, or do something different to some extent. So having that control with all the clubs in the bag gives you a lot more. Control the golf club, so you can control the club better, you can control the golf ball better, and that's where your score's going to improve. Okay, make sense? So control it with the lower half. Just preset yourself into sort of an impact position and stay there. If you're too far behind the ball on the left-hand side, you've either got to move to the shot, and that movement left creates this sort of movement there with the foot and the knee and the hip. That creates power, helps a good strike, but a good strike with a powerful movement just goes too fast. So okay, right.